Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club, where sim racing is our game. GTSport is, well, that's our chosen game. Sorry, there was a noise behind me, I looked. So, yeah, the sim racers on GTSports here at the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for the WRX Challenge Season 4, Round 8. At St. Croix. I've struggled with that name in the past, but I've got it down. Got it down now. Our man Skyjacker is the first man in the stream saying good evening, hope all is well. It was up until that intro where I knew what I wanted to say. I fumbled over it and made an ass of myself. And it's all downhill from there. No, so here we are with the WRX Challenge Season 4. We're on to Round 8, where we use the Subaru WRX STI Isle of Man time attack car from 2016. This car is an absolute thoroughbred, and they've ramped up the horsepower in that bad boy to the toppest most that it can be, and they've taken the weight right off it. So these guys are racing on the actual thin line of hero or zero. And they can change the differential in this vehicle and their brake bias. But other than that, and they've got the DRS when they get to 90 miles per hour. Marty, when they get to 9 miles an hour, you'll see what happens. They can open their DRS. They don't have two flames coming out the back of them and then go to another time, 1954 or anything. So it's WRX. I feel like I have to keep starting over when I go off on a tandem. I think now I've got to start again. That's why you're hearing that defeatist sound in my voice. It's the WRX Season 4 Round 8 at St. Croix. I've introed the car a little too much, and we are having an absolute blinding championship. Tonight we are at St. Croix for a 60-minute race. St. Croix is a 4.388 mile track with 16 tracks. Look, I'm making myself laugh. They are going to have ×2 on the fuel and ×2 on the tyre wear. So double tyre wear and double fuel depletion, as the car would normally have. They are using the softs and the mediums, but I do not see anywhere on here where it says mediums are mandatory, so maybe not. We might not see those medium tyres. We will see. And yes, like I said, it's a 60-minute endurance race. The points will be ×3. They do the points accordingly to how many races each weekend, because as you know, it varies in the WRX Championship. Well, it's Challenge, but Championship. Wrxc Iv in the chat saying evening, Mr. Majig and everyone. The kids don't count because they never come downstairs, and the wife's gone. She's gone out on the Raz. I had to cook dinner. Oh yeah, and as normal, this is probably what's why I'm so distracted, is my dinner's sat next to me, because again, I've timed dinner so perfectly that it finished cooking just about the same time as I wanted to sit down and do this. So there may be quiet moments throughout the stream of me trying to nab me chicken nuggets, chips, and onion rings down, smothered in salad cream. That'll make some of you sick. Oh God, where was I? Yeah, she's gone out, so I've had to be in charge of dinner, and I didn't time it very well. I put it in at 7:10. 7:10. It's meant to be 15 minutes to cook. It says 15 to 18 minutes to cook, and it weren't ready until nearly 22. So you tell me, who's lying, the packet or the cooker? But yeah, so dinner tragedies all the way up to the stream. I'll tell you the table, you know, I'm not talking about these cars or anything, am I? I'm talking about what's going on in my life, which is of no interest to you whatsoever. Here we go then. This is the championship table, and on the top of the table we have a Racer Brown on 357 points. Matt Psycho is second place on 323 points. Homesick Alien is third with 321 points, just 2 points between Matt Psycho and Homesick Alien, although I don't think I've seen him in attendance this evening, so possibly we might not see the Psycho this eve. I know he's got a big race coming up. So possibly prepping for that. But anyway, yeah, so Matt Psycho 323 points, Homesick Alien 321 points, Guesty is on 307 points, Talleyrand is on 248 points, Anton Poiker is 6th on 225 points, Bunny is 7th on 212 points. Sorry, I just knocked the mic, I don't know if you heard it. Bunny's 7th on 212 points, Skyjacker is 8th on 187 points, Pat is 9th on 151 points, Barry Twins is 10th on 138 points, 11th is Turtle on 132 points, Electric is 12th on 119 points, Jim is 13th on 108 points, Jokers is 14th on 47 points, JTX is 15th on 42 points, UBD is in 16th on 35 points, and Rido is 17th on 19 points. Obviously a few of those guys haven't done all of the rounds, and there is a little bit, we're going to see a clearer picture. We definitely will see a clearer picture when the drop scores come in. We're on round 8 of 12, so I'm guessing the last round, maybe they'll be released before the last round, maybe before the second to last round. If you go to our website, you can view our tables at no, that was only 2 W's, wasn't it? Start again. www.virtualracersclub.co.uk. And I said that right, didn't I? Because I'd say it without even thinking now. It just rolls off the tongue. I don't even... It's the link's in YouTube, man. Just go and look at About in our YouTube channel and you can find the link. Pat's in the chat. He's saying, have you managed to not cremate your dinner tonight? No, I've cooked it perfect. It's proper, Pat. You'd be proud of me, man. Gordon Ramsay couldn't even do that. Schnizzle. And then Skyjacker saying the oven needs to be hot to cook it in 15 to 18 minutes. It was what, 200? I mean, come on. That's what the packet said. One of the packets said 180. They're only like skinny French fries. Oh, go and choke on your chicken nugget. That was my son, sorry, saying I'm going to catch salmon or something. So they've started qualifying. I didn't finish the table, did I? So Guest is on 307 points in 4th. 5th place is Talleyrand on 248 points. Anton Poiker is 6th on 225 points. Bunny is 7th on 212 points. Skyjacker is 8th on 187 points. Pat 9th on No, I did do it all. Sorry. Oh, look, I'm so distracted, man. I want to have a chicken nugget while they're doing an outlap. Give me a sec. Hi, here we are for round 8 of the WRX Challenge. This championship heating up somewhat, and we cannot wait to see these cars burst into life around a Wrxc Iv for a 60-minute race. And the tyres available for these guys are softs and medium tyres, and we are in for an absolute treat seeing these cars going around a Wrxc Iv. And we have that Jeopardy corner. It's not this one yet. When they go over the bridge, barriers jutting out there. We see a lot of guys going out wide, so that's one to watch out for around this track. Set in France. I can't keep it up. I can't keep up that charade. I'm falling to pieces here, guys. I'm doing a terrible job trying to swallow a chicken nugget and not make too many slappy sounds in the microphone. We're sat on board with Homesick Alien Whoosh as he sets himself up ready to start his flying lap. It looks like he's the first on track. It's usually Skyjacker, I believe, but this time around it looks like Homesick Alien is nipped out there. Yes, Skyjacker not too far behind him as they try and set a time. It's a long lap for these guys, so it'll take a while for them to come around again. And if we just sit tight, soon find out the times that they are posting to set the grid. It's not Skyjacker, it's Racer Brown behind it. Racer Brown trusting Homesick not to make a mistake around here. He's not too close, is he? And Vrido not too far behind our Racer Brown. It is down to our racers to manage their own distancing in qualifying. And a track this length, you can give yourself a good few corners, although a track like this you can snag up in a good few corners and hinder the person behind you, so you might want to give more space than usual. There's Talleyrand on rounds. We had a cracking 2 rounds before this on the mud. These guys, I think, happy to see the tarmac again. I think they'd had their fill of mud by the end of Fisherman's Rest. It took its casualties, indeedly doodly do. It did. And field reduced to 12. I haven't seen Anton Poiker either, so I don't know. Anton Poiker already missing 2 rounds. He'll be going over his dropped scores. He's in a battle with Talleyrand. So Homesick Alien. Making his way back around for his first flying lap. Racer Brown not too far behind. We can't really judge these times yet until they cross the line. Homesick Alien is approaching the final corner. We have pretty much sat with him throughout this whole lap. Oh, he has a little barrier nudge. That's not going to help as he goes towards the line. It's a 2:08, but Racer Brown, no, does not beat it. 7/10 slower. Rido sets 3rd fastest time. Second, Racer Brown's time. Skyjacker crossing the line. He gets 3rd fastest, just ahead of Rido. Guesty coming up to the line now. And Guesty setting 3rd fastest time. 6th. And Talleyrand goes 4th fastest, but he's knocked down by Bunny, who also goes 4th. It's all changing. Hang on, 4th for Bunny. Talleyrand's 5th. Skyjack has slipped it into a 6th place. Rido down 7th now. Barrick Twin sets a time good enough for 8th, with Electric setting a time for 9th place. A Pat just coming up to the line. He grabs himself 10th there, just behind Electric. And Uncle B Darren's put in a time, but Turtle's not completed his lap yet, so we'll just stick with Turtle as he crosses the line. The last one to cross the line, and he just pips Pat by 3/10 for 11th. Now where is our man UBD? His time is good enough for 5th place, 2/10 ahead of Talleyrand, and 3 and a bit tenths ahead of Skyjacker. So Homesick Alien at the moment we have a 7/10 lead on Racer Brown in this qualifying session. Racer Brown 3/10 up on his own time. Only 4 more tenths to find. Homesick Alien, though, I'm sure. And the time should tumble. He loves to hang it out there. Homesick Alien does. And the time should tumble. The fuel depleting throughout the session. And look, already you can see, if that's ×2, man alive, we're going to have a pit stop fest in this 60 minutes race. Already a quarter of a tank used in 6 minutes. And I did see he crossed. It was purple, wasn't it? But he's coming up to the final line, so we'll see for real's blood as he heads around. That looks tidier around that final corner as he heads towards the line. And he does get a faster time. Does Racer Brown beat it? No, Racer Brown beats his own time, but loses out to Homesick by another couple of tenths. Guesty there in 3rd. He's just come up to the line. There's a couple crossing the line ahead, but it doesn't look like they've gone any faster. Guesty crosses the line, and he finds himself up into 2nd place ahead of Racer Brown, who's been his sparring partner of late in these races. We've seen those guys battling it out. Bunny sets another faster time, but Talleyrand goes even faster and goes up into 4th place. Electric setting another time. Good enough at 4/10, just behind Rido, 9/10, but he's a good 2.5 seconds ahead of Turtle, who's making his way around. He's getting greens. UBD going faster again, up into 3rd. So UBD also going ahead of Racer Brown, with Homesick Alien on that pole position. Homesick Alien quietly. He's not out of this championship with Racer Brown. And Homesick Alien could do with a good wealth of points here against. And Turtle setting a faster time, stays in 11th. He must have been just faster. I thought he was. No, it was good. He's only 9/10 now behind Electric. Easy to find around a long track like this. Homesick Alien, Guesty then. He's drawn that distance between him and Homesick closer, 6/10 when he went ahead of Racer Brown. UBD just under 2/10 slower than Guesty on that lap, with Racer Brown slipping down to 4th. He did go fast. Him and Bunny got exactly the same time. I love it when that happens. A 2:09.132 for Talleyrand and a 2:09.132 for Bunny. Skyjacker trailing them by 4 tenths, 209.594. If he can go faster than that 4 and a bit tenths, he can jump 2 people there. Barry Twins, he's getting greens as he's making his way around. And Barry Twins having some promising results of late. Some solid racing. Moving himself up the order. Place by place. Seeing, oh, someone said Skyjacker. Skyjacker going second place. I said if you could find a couple of tenths, Skyjacker, you could jump 2. But my word, he's jumped everyone. Talleyrand also going faster, moving up into 4th. This grid is shifting. UBD down into 5th now, with Talleyrand getting that 4th place. Electric going faster in 8th. No, Barry Twins just stealing 8th place on the grid from Electric. And he's 500ths off Bunny, and Bunny is pure pedigree. So we can see Barry Twins aims high, and he's hitting. Yunkelby Darren's gone faster in 4th place now, just got himself ahead of Talleyrand by 400ths. Very tight. Talleyrand getting that Scooby slightly sideways. Turtle going faster. Up into 11th ahead of Pat. Pat not getting the hang of this track. Not a track you see in many championships. It doesn't come up too often. So it might be feeling quite alien to some of these guys. I'm going to have an onion ring. Give me a sec. Man, this is not professional. I know it's bad. I am sorry. And this is my warm-up for, I've got to do some heavy commentating this weekend. Some ridiculous, stints of commentary. And if this is my warm-up for it, I'm failing. I apologise, Virtual Racers Club. You deserve better than this. So Homesick Alien absolutely trouncing the field. Racer Brown, though, finding a bit of pace. Up into 3rd for Racer Brown. Knocking Guesty down into 4th now. Only a 10th ahead of UBD. So we've got some tight challenging times here. Homesick Alien half a second ahead of the rest of the field. Skyjacker just a 10th ahead of Racer Brown. Bunny has moved it up into 5th place. 800, look at the time. I mean, this is a long track. I understand on the short tracks that the times are very tight, but here, I mean, it's over a 2-minute track. 2 minutes to get a lap around this track. I mean, it's a long one. I said the time. I could find it again. I mean, the distance. It's easy. 4.388 miles. So it's a very long track. To have the times as close as they have been is absolutely cracking. It's unbelievable. They really are on a par with each other out there. There is Pat. He's just set a time to get himself up into 11th. Just 2 tenths behind Rido. He's 2 tenths ahead of Turtle. This is what I mean. Turtle's gone faster. Did he? He did. I thought he already said 2 tenths. Oh, out wide there for Turtle, though. He's really pushing. In under 3 minutes left of qualifying for these guys. It's this lap and the next lap. You don't want to be throwing these laps away like that. And Pat as well, looking quite wide. Homesick Alien. Hasn't managed. He did a really slower lap that last time around. No tyre wear in these cars, so there's no need to worry about grip, but the weight is always changing as they make their way around. Like, they've used over half a tank of fuel. You see he's got that DRS wide open, the drag reduction system. Like I said, when they get to 90 miles an hour, they can press a button on their pad or wheel. The spoiler drops behind him. You can see it on the dashboard down the bottom, DRS above his lights and that, and it flickers red. That's when he's using it. Down the straight. Racer Brown going faster. Oh, Racer Brown up into 2nd place. 800ths off of the Alien. He's getting very close. Skyjacker also finding some time there, and he's only a 10th behind Racer Brown. This is so tight. Guesty Rido's found some more time out there. He's in 10th place, chasing down Electric, 3 tenths ahead of him. 4/10 from Pat behind. Bunny's gone faster as well. Bunny up into 4th place. This is absolutely going ballistic out there. All starting what could be their final lap. UBD trying to get a tow from Barry Twins, I think, and he goes pole. Unbelievable time from Barry Uncle B Darren, sorry. He's really found this Subaru here at St. Croix. He's absolutely loving it. He's got into the pits to celebrate. He's saying, "You're not beating that, boys. I'm dining out on that." Can Homesick Alien find a 10th and a half? Can Racer Brown find 3/10? No, that's Skyjack, sorry. 2.2. No, UBD has come back out, but he's not going to get a lap. His out lap done before the timer runs out. So Homesick Alien, where is there? Oh, he's got purples. Racer Brown, can we catch him? I think he's already gone. Skyjacker then. No, some people follow him. Bunny could be, and Talleyrand, I think. No, Guesty's that. Guesty. No, it's not. It was Talleyrand, sorry. I've missed them both, I think. We'll stick with Bunny. Oh, he's down on his time. Talleyrand is the man in front of him. It's Homesick Alien, though, who's on a purple. Racer Brown's a threat also. Skyjacker, he doesn't seem to be going fast there. I don't know if he's crossed. No, yet. Is he? Yeah, he's flashing lights. So that's his time for 4th. Homesick Alien. Is Racer Brown ahead of him? Oh, Racer Brown, that's why I was missing their thing. So Racer Brown heading towards the line. Homesick Alien giving the barrier a bash. He was on purples. Racer Brown gets it. Homesick Alien, can he? Oh no, he goes faster, but he stays behind UBD. So Racer Brown takes pole on the very final lap. UBD making his way on his out lap. Homesick Alien in 3rd. Skyjacker, oh, he is on a, no. Is that lights are flashing? He looks like he's going for it, but no, his time's so slow. Not so slow. Bunny goes faster. Bunny just toppled Skyjacker as we was. And so Bunny's 4th, Skyjacker 5th. Guesty has done. He's in 6th place. Talleyrand done in 7th. Electric, he's just crossed the line. He's got 8th. And Barry Twins going for it on his final lap in 9th place. Can he get any better? He only needs 5,000ths of a second to get ahead of Electric, but he does not. Rido looks like he's done in 10th place, and there comes Pat to cross the line. Can he get any better? At the end there, no for Pat. He's in 11th, and Turtle still yet to finish his last flying lap. He's in 12th place. He only needs just under 3/10. Oh, he's about half a second down on his best. He just needed 3/10 to catch up with Pat. I'm still here. I was thinking about just grabbing something quickly to eat, but there'll be a loading page between the race, but do I risk it? And there goes Turtle. I don't think he's going to get a faster time. Oh, he does. Well done. And he closed that gap to 700ths between. I can't believe the times. Look at the times down there. It's unbelievable tight field, and I really do think anyone could win this out there. Anyone. From 1st down to 12th. Unbelievable stuff happening in front of our very eyes. But Racer Brown is the man on top at the moment. UBD alongside him, set to challenge. That is a fantastic view. Unbelievable. There you go. We don't get to see UBD, or we get to see all of Bunny. So we can see a bit of UBD as we wait for the lights to go green. And we are go here at St. Croix for round 8. And UBD, not a great start from UBD. He's been jumped by Bunny and Homesick Alien. So Racer Brown up there, still holding on to the lead. And Homesick Alien goes up into 2nd underneath Bunny, but Bunny's just there around the outside, and Bunny's held on to that. Bunny keeping hold of 2nd place, but Homesick Alien still alongside him as UBD gets up to pace, and Skyjacker took it in behind him in 5th. Talleyrand in 6th. I've got to go back because it's the braking zone. Homesick Alien's going a bit wide, and Skyjacker from nowhere up inside Homesick Alien, and this is absolute racing here at the Virtual Racers Cup. Homesick Alien down into 4th, and he's got Talleyrand off his inside now, and Talleyrand's having a look, and this is what happens. If you just get sucked into a little battle in the pack, you can really get mixed up. Rito up into 6th. Guesty having a battle there with UBD, who slipped down into 7th, but they're battling as well. Oh my word, Guesty then just ahead of UBD in 6th, UBD in 7th, Barry Twins is in 8th, Electric 9th, Turtle is in 10th place with 11th for Pat, and Rito slipping down into 12th, but Racer Brown having a clip with the barrier, but he's 1.5 seconds ahead of Bunny, who is now ahead of Skyjacker, who has Homesick Alien chasing them down, with Talleyrand keeping Homesick Alien very close company. And let's have a look. They've gone with the racing soft tyres, it seems, at the start of this race, and I think strategy may be king here because they've got very tight times between them. And it's going to be hard to get ahead of other guys. Guesty, he's got about 1.6 second gap on Talleyrand, but he's pulling away from UBD. UBD finding the second fastest time in qualifying, and on this first lap, he has slipped down into 7th, and he's battling in amongst her. But this is the problem: if you slip back into the pack with everyone on the same pace as each other, it's a fight and a half to get back out of it. Racer Brown 1.5 seconds ahead of Bunny now before they get to the end. We're just coming to the end of the lap. Bunny hanging it out with Skyjacker chasing him down. Homesick Alien still having to fend off from Talleyrand. Talleyrand there, he's having a look up the inside, but Homesick Alien sticks it on the apex and gives Talleyrand absolutely no choice there but to back out of the move. Now Talleyrand with the DRS wide open, sitting in 5th place, getting a tow, but he brakes a little earlier than the Alien and slips back, but the Alien might be a little bit wide as they come out of the corner, and Talleyrand coming out of the corner with more pace than the Alien. He's getting more of a tow up the hill, and Talleyrand is an absolute threat there to the Alien. This is going to be tight with Skyjacker only just ahead of Homesick Alien. Bunny now 8/10 ahead of Skyjacker, and he's getting purples in the... Well, they all get purples, sorry. That was a silly, such a long lap, so I thought we were already past lap 2. And Racer Brown 2.5 seconds now ahead of Bunny. Racer Brown really finding his groove here at St. Croix. That's the barrier I'm telling you about. But they can, it's quite easy to be out wide there and give that one a nasty knock. And yeah, like this. Oh, Rito does it. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rito. I don't want to make that the commentator's curse, but yes. And that puts Turtle up into 11th place. UBD in 10th, who also had a little snag with that barrier. Pat hitting the barrier along the straight there. He's really going to track limits for Pat there in 9th place. Chasing down Electric in 8th. Barry Twins is in 7th spot at the moment. Opts not to use his DRS. There he goes straight out of the corner onto his DRS. And slamming it down the straight, chasing down Guesty, who is in 6th place. Chasing, oh, we've got a battle here. Homesick Alien aiming for the podium, with Skyjacker slipping back into their battle. And Talleyrand still firmly wedged behind Homesick Alien. Now Skyjacker's clinging onto the Alien, as the Alien is in 3rd spot. And Skyjacker trying to get that position back. Bunny not that far ahead of him either, and Homesick Alien absolutely owning the end of this lap. Skyjacker seeming to struggle in a couple of these corners, and now Talleyrand is upon him, and Skyjacker having to fight off the boss. And this is helping Guesty no end. Guesty closing right up into the pack, and absolutely tremendous stuff from Guesty as Barry Twin slips 3 seconds behind. Electric giving the wall a nasty knock with Pat holding position. It's the 2 Rizzler cars. Beautiful stuff. Look. 2 Rizzler cars racing together in the pack. Turtle is in 11th, still thereabouts. And Rito, after hitting that barrier, he's playing the comeback kid. But Racer Brown nearly 3 seconds ahead of Bunny, and there's more movement, is there? Talleyrand's gone for the move on Sky. No, Talleyrand's dropped back from Sky. Oh, now he's having to defend from Guesty. This race edging and changing every single second. It is an absolute exciting blast. Barry Twins in the chat saying evening thingy. Jim saying evening all. And then some thing that, I don't know, it's a bot. Oh, Guesty just clipping that said barrier. It's going to be a killer, that barrier today. And Barry Twins making his way through in 7th place, 1.2 seconds ahead of Electric. Electric on a push with UBD. He's got himself ahead of Pat in the first part of this race. Pat still keeping track of the pink Rizzler. They should make pink Rizzlers, don't they, for the ladies? So Pat trying to close in on that corner, get a tighter line round, open that DRS, and then unleash something like 600 brake horsepower. I don't know what these have got, I really don't. But unleash all that horsepower up against a UBD. I could have checked, couldn't I, before they started racing in the menu. I should have done. Would have sounded better if I knew the amount of horsepower that he was unleashing. And he's gone for the inside line on UBD, but he might have outbraked himself because UBD's back and Pat's off. Oh, Pat's making sandcastles. Oh, poor Pat, a great move, but just a little too overzealous, and now Turtle catching up with Pat, and Pat slipping to 11th, and Vito not that far behind, so Pat's got to dust himself off, get that sand out the ducts, and get on going again. Racer Brown 3.2 seconds ahead of Bunny in first place. Bunny now has an alien infestation all up in his hiney, and he's got to be careful because Homesick Alien is on an absolute groove at the moment. Look at him right into the toe of the Bunny. He's trying to find a way through past that Scooby in front of him. He wants to have a go at Racer Brown today. He fancies this championship. I'm not eating. I keep thinking about it. I might do, but I'm worried it'll take too long to swallow and then I won't talk if something happens. But at the moment, okay, Racer Brown is in first place, Bunny second place as they come over that bridge, and there you can see that barrier. You make one small mistake, overcook it through that corner, and you are toast. Homesick Alien was sat on board within third. Skyjack at 2.7 seconds behind us. Behind him is Talleyrand racing with Guesty in sixth. Barry Twins in seventh. Electric is in eighth spot. And I shall be back in 2 seconds. Homesick Alien having a look right then up the inside of Bunny, but Bunny slammed that door shut. He certainly did. There was no passing Bunny up the inside on that corner. He thoroughly had the Alien exactly where he wanted him. And Homesick Alien just chasing down Bunny. Absolute bumper to bumper racing. Hang on. That one needed washing down, my word. Woo. So, Homesick Alien 2/10 behind Bunny. Skyjack, oh god, I pressed the wrong button, hang on. As they go down straight, they can still see Racer Brown there in the distance. Skyjacker, he's in a little comfortable pocket there, 3 seconds behind Homesick Alien, a second ahead of Talleyrand. Talleyrand still fending off Guesty. Guesty very close to the back of the boss right now. Guesty 5 seconds ahead of Barry Twins. If these two start getting into a bit of commotion between each other, it is a long race. Maybe they're settling down a little bit. Their fuel tanks are coming up to about halfway as we are approaching 10 minutes into this 60-minute race. That means we'd have a stop at 20. I'm guessing a two-stopper, possibly. And it looks like Talleyrand going a little wide. Guesty edging up closer, but just not close enough. It did look like Talleyrand had gone wide, but maybe that was his line, because he just clung on at the end there and slammed it in. That Guesty and Talleyrand battle, absolutely fantastic out there between 5th and 6th place. Barry Twins is 7th, and Barry Twins under pressure from UBD. UBD really catching up Barry Twins now and pushing Barry Twins along, I imagine. Like I said, we've seen some absolute stonking races from Barry Twins of late. So UBD might find the task of getting by him rather tricky. Like I said, we're only 10 minutes into this 60-minute race. Long time to go. These guys probably thinking about their fuel tanks. The tyres seem to be doing absolutely 10 minutes in. They're barely scrubbed. And here comes, oh, UBD. Lifting off in the braking zone. He wasn't going to get dragged in, and Barry Twins nearly outbroke himself, and now UBD coming back at him, and there you go, UBD giving way for that toe. He knew he had a toe into that, lifted earlier, And a little bit of braking. Barry Twins going late on the brakes. I think he was expecting a move. Tried to defend, went wide, and UBD just cruised on by. Absolutely textbook. Beautiful stuff from Uncle B. Darren right there. Superb. And Racer Brown now, he's edging ahead. Wrxc Alien catching Racer Brown, but Racer Brown absolutely pulled out a stonking lap that last time around. His tyres are looking good on half a tank of fuel. Jim in the chat saying the cars are set at 596 brake horsepower. There you go. Unleashed all 596 brake horsepower. Thank you, Jim. You're a star, man. So Racer Brown 4.8 seconds ahead of Alien, and Alien has slipped back. He did a 209, maybe conserving. Racer Brown has used a little bit more fuel, only incy-wincy bit, more fuel than Homesick Alien. Maybe Homesick Alien starting to alter the mapping in his car. Bunny just under half a tank as well, only slightly though. So Homesick, out the three of them, better on fuel. Skyjacker, he's the same as Racer Brown and Bunny. Homesick Alien doing a little better, but Talleyrand's coming up for the move. And Talleyrand just under that half a tank. That is very difficult around that corner. Too wide is a tricky thing, and Skyjacker pulling that off, and Guesty just up there chuff, and Guesty's having a little rub with the barrier, trying to skim off a bit of that paint, lighten the car up so he can have a run at Skyjacker. Seems to be getting a run. And Guesty now up there, he's there six, but he can't quite grab it. He's dropped back in for the toe as they come through these long sweeping right-handers. And Talleyrand, oh, Bunny and Homesick. Bunny slipped. Bunny's had a bit of an off. Oh my word, where's Talleyrand? Talleyrand 4.7 seconds, 2.3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1.9 seconds, but I think Bunny may survive that one. I think Bunny might have got away with it. 1.5 seconds now. Talleyrand and Skyjacker, the full force of the VRC admin team, heading down Bunny. It's like watching the dogs chasing the hare, and there's Guesty up the inside of Skyjacker. He's having a look. He's having a definite look at the side of Sky, but Skyjacker clinging on in there in 5th place. Talleyrand 4th, and Bunny only 8 tenths ahead of him now. Homesick Alien, he hasn't got to battle now. He can just concentrate on his driving, but who knows, he may be fuel saving. Racer Brown heading on off into the distance, 5.5 seconds with a 208.972. Homesick Alien staying in the 209s. Now he's dropped into the 210s, but I don't know if that's because he was racing Bunny. Bunny, he's keeping that second distance between him and Talleyrand. Skyjacker in between these two beautifully decorated Subarus. Guesty just edging, finding a way past Skyjacker, but he is a brick wall, is Skyjacker. There's no way of getting by him easily. Skyjacker attacking while defending. He's got all his plates up in the air, spinning at the moment, juggling away. It's like a one-man circus in that monster car. He's going for an attack on Talleyrand. He's going for the inside line. What's Talleyrand going to do? We saw them both going. He's done it again. Oh, my word. And Guesty hit the wall, but Talleyrand just sticking it there. The guts of the man. And now Skyjacker having to defend from Guesty, who's fancying that inside line. And Guesty looks like he found it. Skyjacker trying to deter him. But Guesty already up the side of Skyjacker, but Skyjacker clinging onto the back of Guesty, coming back for another sweep against the blue and a yellow Subaru ahead of him. And Guesty now fancies a crack at Talleyrand, I believe. He is. Talleyrand, he's moving for the move on Talleyrand, and Guesty's up into 4th. Oh my word, he's set that booster up. He's got the nitro going in that Scooby at the moment. Talleyrand then slipping to 5th and Skyjacker into 6th as Guesty moves up into 4th place, and he is on fire. Watch out, Bunny. Guesty's coming. Uncle B Darren fought his way through the pack, and he's back up into 7th place. He's 7 seconds behind Skyjacker. His fuel's down to a quarter of a tank as we hit the 15-minute mark, so he could possibly get to 20 minutes in this race. We've seen before that UBD he might have just had a thirsty car, you know. I think the Mustang in the PRC is very thirsty. So UBD's fuel is doing absolutely fine there. I think it was the V-Dogs who used to use a bit more fuel, but I think he used to like running the car a bit hotter. And Barry Twins there in 8th place. He's doing very well with fuel there. Absolutely cracking. Half a tank. That could take him up to halfway, couldn't it? That possibly could take him up to halfway. It looks like Barry Twins aiming for a one-stop, possibly. Electric in 9th. He's not doing too bad on fuel as well. 3.4 seconds behind Barry Twins, and Pat 8 seconds behind. Rido's in the pits. Rido's gone in the pits. Is this he's been in there 2 minutes 33. I don't know, because you can't see the fuel hose on these cars. No, he is still in the battle. So Rido going in. He's put some medium tyres on. He's topped her right up. He's going for a long run here at St. Croix. And already he's found there's no grip on those mediums whatsoever. I bet he didn't even practice on them. Oh, poor Rido. Just learning that the mediums are horrible when they're cold. So Racer Brown 4.3 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, and their fuel isn't too bad. Both of them are on a quarter of a tank of fuel. Racer Brown just dipping under the line of a quarter. Bunny then, he's just the same as Racer Brown. There's barely anything in it. Guesty on a quarter of a tank of fuel, and he's caught up Bunny. I said watch out Bunny, and here comes Guesty. He's absolutely going on a tear. Talleyrand then in 5th. He's just under a quarter of a tank, and Skyjacker exactly the same as Talleyrand. These two using as much fuel up as each other. I'd say Talleyrand's tyres are in better shape than Skyjacker's, but Skyjacker has been doing a lot of racing. A lot of racing so far in this 17 minutes that we've already had. UBD, he's getting low now on that fuel. Still enough to go for a few laps yet, but halfway to empty from a quarter. Barry Twins doing a sensational job. I'm pretty sure that man is going for a one-stop, and he's barely used those racing softs. Electric in 9th. He's edging down to a quarter of a tank now, Pat. He's about in a similar sort of place as Barry Twins. Turtle in 11th, just under a quarter of a tank of fuel. And Rido already making that stop, going on to mediums. We think he's going for a really long run in the middle here. And what is happening? Guesty still all over Bunny. I don't know if he's trying to fuel save or what. He's just having a bit of a lap and a half. And Guesty tried to go for that outside line on Bunny, and I think there was a small bit of contact. Guesty lighting his tyres up, trying to get going again. And he's back on the tail of Bunster. As Homesick Alien pulling 7 seconds out on Bunny. And I think he's catching up Racer Brown. As Racer Brown started backing off for fuel, a 209.5. For Racer Brown last time around, a 209.4, only a 10th. Really? Bunny's the man who's got his hands full of Guesty. Guesty chasing him down, but he's been chasing him down for a lap, and he's going for the move now as we go in car, and Guesty going to make the move for 3rd place, and Guesty up into a podium position as we hit the 19-minute mark here at the Virtual Racers Club for the WRX Challenge Season 4 Round 8, and this championship's still absolutely alive, and anyone could still have an opportunity to win this one. Bunny chasing him down, but Bunny's fuel now flashing. Guesty still got a bit of fuel in there. Homesick Alien doing fine with fuel. Racer Brown's fuel is flashing. He's heading for the pits. Now what does Homesick Alien do? Does he risk staying? No, he's doing a copy Racer Brown. Good call. And Guesty, I am sure he's got enough fuel to stay out. Bunny, I think, might come in. Skyjacker may come in, who's got himself ahead of Talleyrand. They're all coming in. All of them coming in just at the 20-minute mark. UBD also, he's dying to get in. Barry Twins then, he could stay out, only on just over a quarter of a tank of fuel. And how long is a pit stop going to take these guys? Skyjacker just pulling up. Who was the first in? It was Racer Brown. And there's Racer Brown there. He's just been released. Barry Twins, though, has he gone past the end of the pit lane? He may have done. And Barry Twins, the one stop, doing well for him right at this point in the race. But Racer Brown, brand new tyres. Car's going to be a lot heavier than Barry Twins. And he's got Homesick Alien. Oh no, he's just come out ahead of Electric, who's also stayed out as well. So Racer Brown's fed into the track in 2nd place, 1.8 seconds behind Barry Twins. 6 seconds, sorry, 1.6 seconds behind Barry Twins. Homesick Alien has thread out into a 3rd place, 2 seconds behind Racer Brown. He's gained a lot on Racer Brown there in the pit stop. Electric, he did save a lot more fuel than Racer Brown, remember. So yes, fuel saves extra quicker pit stop. And now Wrxc Alien only 2 seconds behind, and there's another pit stop to go, remember. So Electric there is in 4th, not pitted yet. Guesty's come out in 5th, ahead of Bunny by about 2 seconds as well, Guesty. So Bunny losing time in the pit stops, also to Guesty. Talleyrand, oh, Skyjacker's really lost out. He's behind UBD. UBD's jumped Skyjacker in the pits. My word, I don't know what's happened there. And Skyjacker, he must have made a mistake on his outlap, because his pit stop was quicker, 2:42.7 for UBD. Skyjacker doing a 2:42.0, so maybe, I don't know, Skyjacker maybe made a mistake there. He was racing with Talleyrand, who's now 9 seconds ahead of this battle. And that's unbelievable as Skyjacker hanging the back end around the longer right-hander. UBD having a rub with the barrier. Pat then in 10th place, with Rido moving up ahead of Turtle on this long run with the medium tyres. Turtle's on the softs though, full tanks. He should be able to catch up Rido with their different tyres. I'll stick with it, sorry. So here comes Turtle on board with Turtle in 12th place as he chases down Rido. But Rido with a bit of a lighter car. He's used a quarter of a tank of fuel up, but Rido, you can see, struggling with that grip in mid-corner. And Turtle now only 3/10 behind. Racer Brown is first, Wrxc Alien is second, Barry Twins third. Oh no, has Barry Twins made a mistake? It looks like it. Barry Twins slipping down behind Racer Brown and Wrxc Alien. Wrxc Alien's pulled in another 8/10 on Racer Brown. Racer Brown sliding that car around. The driving getting scruffier. He's feeling the pressure. 9/10 from Wrxc Alien now. And Racer Brown, is he feeling the Alien's presence? Barry Twins slipping down into 3rd place. Possibly didn't want to get involved in that battle between those two. Electric in 4th. He's going to need a pit stop pretty soon though, at the end of this lap, I'm sure. Barry Twins still got a good couple of laps left in that bad boy. He's trying to go halfway. He's going to try and get that to go all the way to 30 minutes. Guesty in 5th, 3 seconds ahead of Bunny, whom is 1.5 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. Skyjacker has got past UBD now. UBD's gone for the medium tyres. UBD on the mediums. Pat's in 10th. Rido still clinging on to that 11th place ahead of Turtle. Turtle just not quite closing up on Rido at the moment. Rido doing a fantastic job on those medium tyres. He did a 2:12 and a 2:13. And Turtle doing similar times, I think, on the soft tyres. So Racer Brown 8/10 ahead of Wrxc Alien. Wrxc Alien really closing in on the championship leader. And this is some heavy business here. Matt Psycho away. So Wrxc Alien going to gain ground on Matt Psycho, only 2 points behind. Matt is Wrxc Alien, so he's going to leapfrog Matt Psycho by some way. And if he can get ahead of Racer Brown, it's 3 times the points here, so he'll get a few points gained on Racer Brown. At the moment, Wrxc Alien on 321 points. Racer Brown on 357 points. I know it seems like a lot, but they'll get a big heap of points for this. If Wrxc Alien can get ahead of Racer Brown, that will help. And there's still, what, 4 rounds? No, 3 rounds after this? Let's have a look. We've got Blue Moon Bay Speedway, Colorado Springs, Bathurst, and then the A1 ring. The Red Bull ring. Spielberg. Whatever it's called. Wrxc Alien 3/10, 2/10, 3/10, 2/10, 3/10. Sorry. Wrxc Alien getting ever closer to Racer Brown, and the battle for the lead is yet to be done. Barry Twins in 36.6 seconds ahead of Guesty. His fuel is starting to flash. Still got a good 4 minutes to try and get that car to the pit window he's looking for. Guesty in 4th. Electric still not pitting. He's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. And Bunny, he wants to get by. He wants to have an attack at Guesty, but he's struggling. The ultra light car of Electric on the straight. It's probably tough for Bunny to go up against in his really filled car, but it looks like Bunny's made the move now. And Electric down into a 6th spot as Bunny goes up into 5th. Electric yet to pit. He's got Talleyrand just 8/10 behind him. Skyjacker 10 seconds behind Talleyrand. UBD 5.5 seconds behind Skyjacker, but he's gone for those medium tyres. One wonders if he's going to go for a really long run in the middle of this race. He's down to 3/4 of a tank, but he did pit a little bit earlier, didn't he, Dan? No, he got to 20 minutes. He pitted every same time as everyone else. I think everyone pitted apart from Rido. There goes Barry Twins, so he hasn't gone quite halfway. Hasn't gone quite halfway. Very close to it, though. It's still doable, and Homesick Alien is ahead. Homesick Alien is ahead of Racer Brown. And he already is. Sorry, guys. I don't know. So Homesick Alien now leading this race. Racer Brown, is he fuel saving? But Homesick Alien using more fuel than Racer Brown at this point in the race. And one wonders what happened to Racer Brown there. Guesty's 9 seconds adrift of those guys. 3.8 seconds ahead of Bunny. And he's going for fastest lap this lap, it seems, is Guesty. Fastest lap held by Racer Brown with a 2:08.972. Bunny trying to chase him down. It's going to be quite a tricky thing for Bunny to do. Bunny, though, 2.7 seconds behind him is Talleyrand in 5th place. And you can't count Talleyrand out. He still might come at him by the end of the race. There's another pit stop to go for these guys. And I'm guessing Barry Twins. Old Barry Twins fed out behind UBD, ahead of Pat, about 8 seconds ahead of Pat. Electric, 2.7 seconds. He's pitted, and he's come out behind Pat. He's gone for the racing soft tyres, full fuel. Pat on those racing softs, but they are starting to look a little used. That glitched like someone left, but they haven't. Oh, and Rido, he's not happy with those medium tyres. No grip whatsoever. Pat's going to be in trouble soon with Electric. Pat's tyres quite old. He's just under 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Electric, full tank, but he's on absolutely fresh as a daisy. Pirelli's there. And he'll be chasing down a Pat for that position. Homesick Alien pulling away. He's just got their fastest lap away from Racer Brown, and that's points in Racer Brown's pockets that Homesick Alien's just taken from him. And Racer Brown knows what he has to do to win a championship, but with Colorado Springs in the mix before the end of the season, you've got to try and go for those 4 points when you can. Guesty then 3rd spot, 9 seconds behind that battle for 1st, 3.7 seconds ahead of Bunny. Bunny not getting any closer. Talleyrand slipped back from Bunny, isn't he, a little bit? I'm not sure. I thought they were a bit closer. 2.7 seconds behind. We're just coming up to halfway in this race now. And Skyjacker, he's done his personal best, 2:09.5. He's trying to catch Talleyrand up, but it's a big ask. Talleyrand does not make mistakes. UBD, 7 seconds adrift of Skyjacker, 9 seconds ahead of Barry Twins. Barry Twins on the fresher tyres, though. But he might have to do some absolute mental fuel saving. Pat still ahead of Electric. Electric's absolute fresh softs going up against Pat's. Been a few laps now. They're looking quite red on board with Electric as he tries to chase Pat down. 1.7 seconds between them, but Pat's edged out a little bit more time there. 1.8 is it? No, 1.6. I'm sitting too far away from the telly. I want to start moving. It is actually the table usually pushed up closer, in all fairness. I forgot to push the table up when I've got it all set up. So I'm sat a little bit away from the telly, in all fairness. The chicken nuggets have gone cold. Got loads of them left, don't I? I've yet that. That's a shame. BRC owe me a dinner. God damn you, VRC. How many meals have I got to miss for you guys? Oh, I'm trying to blame my own disorganisation on the Virtual Racers Club. That's fantastic. So it looks like, no, Pat's pulled even further away from Electric. So Electric, I think, is having to do some major fuel saving, and he's going to save his overtaking for when they do their pit stops, obviously. So Wrxc Alien is leading the way now, and he's 2 seconds ahead of Racer Brown, just under half a tank of fuel. We're 31 minutes into the race. No, Racer Brown is back in the 209, so maybe dropping into the 210 and 211. He was just, maybe the tyres were just going through a bit of a rough patch. He scuffed them up again, and they're back up to racing temp. And he's trying to chase the Alien down. He's just pulled out another half a second, I think, 2.4 seconds. And he's got another fastest lap. Excuse me, that snuck up on me, sorry. It was my surprise in how quick Wrxc Alien is going. Unbelievable, he's really found his line here as a GT7 goes. It's on my computer, I saw it today. Can't play it. It's more of a tease than not letting you have it. So I know it's so the servers don't get all clogged up when it releases. But yeah, it's on my computer, and I can't touch it. It's me. It's got a nice countdown though. Just leave it on there, it's counting down. GT7, yay! So Racer Brown, he's gained a little bit on Homesick on this lap. That battle's far from done. Guesty, he's 4 seconds ahead of Bunny now. I think Bunny is trying to save fuel. He's only saved a little bit more than Guesty. And him and Racer Brown exactly the same, and the Alien exactly the same. So their fuel levels this time around, similar stuff. Talleyrand as well, just under that half a tank. Tyres looking fresh. And he's getting the faster lap time now. He's pulled a little bit more out on Skyjacker. In 6th place, with a UBD in 7th. And Barry Twins on that one stopper. What we think is on a one stopper. It's got Pat catching him up. 1.9 seconds, but Pat's tyres are looking quite haggard to say he's still got half a tank of fuel in there. I don't remember his tyres looking that harassed in the first part of this race. I don't know if he's driving his car a little more aggressive since his pit stop, but his tyres should still be about 7 minutes to go by my calculations for the second pit stop to come in. So about 6 minutes and 12 seconds till the next round of pit stops, the 2 stoppers. So Pat's tyres not looking in great condition. Barry Twins though, Barry Twins doing a 2:15.1, trying to conserve that fuel. Pat's was a 2:12.6. So I take it back, Pat's tyres are incredible. They're still up to pace. So Electric there in 10th place, another one trying to make that fuel last. Turtle in 11th, 8.7 seconds behind Electric. And Rido back in the pits. He's still got a long way to go. In the mediums, he barely used them. So Wrxc Alien, a 209 how is it a 209.4? Oh yeah, because he did a 208.8. I forgot he got into the 8s. A 209.4 for Wrxc Alien last time around. He's 2.7 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. Racer Brown at 209.9. They are seesawing, these two, with their lap times. Guesty getting a purple. He's going for gold. Is Guesty. He's in a solid podium position. He's pulled out more time on Bunny, another couple of seconds. So Guesty, who's 4th in the championship, and unfortunately the man he's chasing is Wrxc Alien, who he is chasing on the track. So, but he's trying to run away from Talleyrand, who's down in 5th place, so it helps with his battle with Talleyrand. There he goes, 2/10. Didn't get the fastest lap though, very close. Look at that, 700, 100th, even less. Hang on, no, it's a couple of hundredths, isn't it? 1,000, no, hundreds. Oh, don't worry about me. But it's very tight. That was very close to the fastest lap, is all I'm saying. So Wrxc Alien 2.4 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. And Racer Brown, the mountain dew Scooby, chasing down the Wrxc. Remember, Homesick Alien already winning the Wrx Challenge once before. The 3 seasons previous, I think we had Cthulhu taking the championship the first year, first season, and then Homesick Alien winning the championship in the second season from Cthulhu. I think them two were battling at the end, and then the third season, Cthulhu coming back and retaking that championship from Homesick. And I think it's because them two usually are the 2 best on the mud, but they're pretty handy on the tarmac, because it's all-rounders. This is what this championship is about, racing on the wet, the mud, and the tarmac. It just means the all-rounders, the most consistent in all conditions, seem to get there. Racer Brown, he's had good results in the mud, but he can also have but he does come back. He has bad starts on the mud, but he does get himself back up there, no lower than 5th, I think. So Guesty, though, he's getting those purples, he's going for it again. Oh, he's 2 tenths down though on his fastest, so lost a bit of time that time around. Pulling out more time on Bunny. Bunny, he must be just looking after fuel or something. But he's got the same fuel as Guesty pretty much. Bunny in 4th. Talleyrand is catching up, Bunny. But Talleyrand's just got the fastest lap with a 2:08.828. So Talleyrand is on an absolute tear at the moment, and he is catching Bunny up. Bunny's going to be feeling the pressure of the boss. Skyjacker giving the wall a little scrape as he comes around to start lap 18 here at St. Croix for round 8 of the Wrx Challenge for Virtual Racers Club, the only place to enjoy all your sim racing needs. So Skyjacker then in 6th spot. He's ahead of UBD, who's holding on to that 7th. Pat in 8th. Barry Twins in 9th. Barry Twins catching Pat back up again. Look, Pat dropped down into the 2:15s. Is that the tyres? Was it a mistake? But Barry Twins definitely catching up with Pat. Electric also catching up Barry Twins. Barry Twins and Electric trying to go to the end of this race. It's going to be very hard work for them to do so. And we're coming up to that 2 stop. And imagine they're going to... Oh, and there he's gone wide again as Pat. Those tyres are really starting to let him down, and Barry Twins now moving up into 8th spot. And the 1 stop strategy, if it is a 1 stop, I still think they might have to come in for a splash and dash right at the end of the race. But we will see. Barry Twins and Electric on very impressive strategies at the moment. One wonders if they can go all the way, although Pat still ahead of Electric, but Electric catching him up at a rate of knots. Pat seeming to struggle for grip at the moment. He definitely doesn't want to hit that one. So Barry Twins up into 8th. He's 26 seconds behind UBD, which is less than a pit stop. And UBD is looking to make a pit stop. Homesick Alien has come in. Is Racer Brown going to follow suit? He does. So does Guesty. No, he doesn't. Sorry, he's coming around the car. Oh, he's going in. There he goes. He is going in, though, because his fuel's low. So Guesty, top 3 in. Bunny also. Fuel is flashing. Slings it right across the track into the pit stops. Talleyrand goes on. Talleyrand goes on. His fuel has just started flashing. Talleyrand absolutely trying to wrangle another lap out of this Subaru. Skyjacker slings it in. So Skyjacker into the pits. UBD, he's got a pit, really. Doesn't seem like there's much option in that car. He's on the dregs of the tank, but again, he's made it last. Barry Twins, this is where it pays off, but I think a few have gone out already. So Talleyrand staying out. It's only going to be for the lap, I imagine, but Talleyrand going for a longer run. Homesick Alien comes back out in 2nd, 3.3 seconds ahead of Racer Brown. So I think Racer Brown's gained a bit of time. No, maybe not. Homesick Alien, a 2:39.2 is pit stop lap. Racer Brown, a 2:40.0, barely anything in it. And Racer Brown just slinging that Subaru into the corners. It's absolutely delicious. Guesty's back out in 4th place ahead of Bunny. Bunny losing more time, and Bunny now finding Skyjacker. Bunny's lost a hell of a lot of time in the pits, it seems. Skyjacker only at 229.3. Oh, he's not really fueled up. He's going for 2 absolutely flying stints at the end here. This is an interesting strategy from Skyjacker, mixing things up. He's only put in just over a quarter of a tank of fuel, unless he's had that fuel glitch. But I think he had lower fuel than that, so some fuel's gone in. I think there may have been a double tap there, and Bunny under threat, and Bunny's gone for medium tyres. He's not happy with the way those softs are lasting him. He's not keeping up with Guesty at the end of that stint, so he's gone for a set of mediums come the end of this race. And Skyjacker having an absolute moment with the barrier, and this is not what his strategy needs right now. Barry Twins 23 seconds behind Skyjacker, and Skyjacker may have to pit again. Barry Twins could be quids in here. Electric, he's fighting with UBD though, making his way back up. He's on the softs, and he's on a tear. He's got to catch up with Barry Twins and get by him. Talleyrand is in. Talleyrand's come in now. He was on the dregs, wasn't he? Wrxc Alien giving the barrier a good old pelt. As he comes round, it's like playing tag with that barrier. And Racer Brown chasing him down. But this is great points for Wrxc Alien. I mean, he'd love the fastest lap, I imagine, to add to his point countage. But as long as Racer Brown doesn't get the fastest lap, he's quids in. And Racer Brown chasing him down. Guesty in 3rd spot. Talleyrand dropping down to 4th now as Bunny makes his way past. Skyjacker, he can't get past Talleyrand. Talleyrand's lost. Oh no, because Skyjacker, don't forget, short-fueled it. So Skyjacker in the mix there, but his fuel is pretty low. He's going to have to pit again, and Talleyrand must be thinking, where you were 10 seconds behind at one point. Why are you alongside me? And Skyjacker in that monster livery, mixing it up with the bad boys. Talleyrand with the fastest lap so far in the race, finding himself down in 6th place. And he's not too far behind Bunny. Barry Twins only a second ahead of a UBD on those soft tyres. He's not fuel saving like Barry Twins is, so a UBD catching up with the Belgium driver and trying to get himself a bye. Barry Twins defending with all his might. Pat's gone into the pits. He'll be glad to get rid of those tyres, as we see Barry Twins hanging his car out. UBD trying to find a way by. And UBD, did you see that move before from him? And that's a cracking move as they go along the straight. UBD braking a little earlier, getting a better drive out of the corner. And he leapfrogs Barry Twins there up into 7th place for UBD. 24 seconds behind a Talleyrand. Talleyrand and Skyjacker side by side around the track. Absolutely stunning stuff. Oh, and Skyjacker's gone a bit wide. Oh my words. And Talleyrand off into 5th place as Skyjacker gets his car back onto the road again. He's got to be thinking about when he's going to get that other pit stop done. Pretty soon, I'd imagine. Fuel's getting lower. UBD, though, in 7th place, but Barry Twins not letting him get away with it all as he keeps very close eye on the back of that pink Rizzler. Liveried Scooby, and Skyjacker back into the pits. I think that was a mistake. I don't think anything was done on purpose, and Barry Twins, that's a position for him, as is UBD. I would imagine an Electric possibly getting a position there from Skyjacker. Wrxc Alien 3.4 seconds ahead of Racer Brown at the moment. And we've got 15 more minutes of racing to go. Guesty in 3rd. He's a 209.6 last time around. Racer Brown 209.6 and Wrxc Alien a 209.7. Bunny doing a 212.6, but he's gone for the medium tyres. Talleyrand only 1.5 seconds behind him. Talleyrand on the racing softs, and this, it could be very interesting indeed for us as Talleyrand closes in on Bunny. There goes UBD up into 6th. Barry Twins in 7th. Skyjacker back out the pits. He's got enough fuel, And I imagine there's going to be some mechanics getting fired tonight from Skyjacker. Electric in 9th place, 3 seconds behind Skyjacker. So close to Electric. But Skyjacker just getting out of the pits ahead of Electric. Pat getting that pit stop done, getting onto the fresh set of softs. He's 11 seconds ahead of Turtle. Oh, sorry. And Rido in the pits. A lot of damage on that car. I don't know. Oh, he's been in the pits for a while, nearly 7 minutes. So, Rido having enough of the Scooby, I think, as Homesick Alien leads him around. He's lost a bit of time to Racer Brown. Here's Racer Brown mounting his final attack with 13.5 minutes left of the race to go. Are we seeing a Racer Brown trying to close the gap and take the fight to the Alien? And the Alien would love Racer Brown to sling it off and lose even more points. Guesty 14 seconds ahead of Bunny, and here comes Talleyrand. Talleyrand is all up in Bunny's business, and Bunny on those medium tyres having to fight with his Scooby into the corners, wrestle that grip out of her, as Talleyrand feeling a lovely amount of grip from his racing softs, but could be a wise move from Bunny. Maybe they thought that the mediums were mandatory. It didn't say mandatory in the racing brief. So I don't know if these guys who've put the medium tyres on just think it's a mandatory thing, but it's not. You didn't have to put the mediums on if you didn't want to. I think people get mixed up with other leagues like I do. Like there is other leagues where mandatory medium tyres have to be used, but this is not one of those races. And now Bunny losing a hell of a lot of time to Talleyrand as they cross the bridge. But then again, if it was a choice by Bunny, maybe he knows those softs are going to go off quite rapidly at the end of the race. But he's lost a lot of time to Guesty. I mean, Guesty can drive on a full red set of tyres, so it'll be a struggle to catch up Guesty, but maybe he's hoping. All the cars around him are going to start dropping time from the last part of this race. We've got just under 12 minutes left to go. And Talleyrand has closed right up to Bunny, but not quite sealed the deal yet. He's only gone over the bra, not under the bra. Bunny clinging on there in 4th place on those medium tyres. Absolutely getting no grip whatsoever. And yeah, I'm quite nervous now that some of these guys have misread the brief or something and thought they've had to use the medium tyre, but it was just saying it was available. Didn't have to use it. Talleyrand, I don't believe we've seen him using the medium tyre today. And now he's closed right up to Bunny, and Bunny having to defend. But how can you defend with a tyre that's far superior in the corners? Bunny in 4th, and there goes Talleyrand. He's going for that inside line, and he's through and up into 4th place. And Bunny now is considering how Talleyrand's tyres are going to cling on by the end of this race. UBD, oh no, Barry Twins still has to go. He has to go in for a splash and dash. Odd though, he's got 1/4 of a tank of fuel, but he's obviously done the math, and he wants to give himself plenty of time to race. UBD now in 6th spot with a Skyjacker in 7th. Barry Twins in the pits. Electric's gone through. Electric's on 1/4 of a tank of fuel with 10 minutes to go. That could possibly be enough, but Barry Twins opting to go for half a tank of fuel. Homesick Aliens running half. Racer Brown's on half. Guesty's on a half. Talleyrand's just over a half. Bunny's on a half. UBD's on a half. But Skyjacker's got a nice fair whack in, but he had an extra pit stop, didn't he? Sorry, Sky. Electric. He's got 1/4. It's not going to be enough, is it? He's going to have to pit like Barry Twins. That's why Barry Twins thought to get it done early. He's got himself out there ahead. He was in 7th, wasn't he? Ahead of Skyjacker. It might be a tough call for him to catch Skyjacker, but Electric possibly could have to come back into the pits, giving Barry Twins that 8th place. And, I mean, mean, that's unbelievable stuff, isn't it? Down to 7th. They're all race winners. And Homesick Alien 4.3 seconds now ahead of Racer Brown. And I don't think there's any last minute attack that Racer Brown's got hidden in his pocket. It seems to be it at 209.6 for him. Homesick Alien doing 209.2. Guesty. Is Guesty closing in? 209.2 also. It's 7 seconds adrift of Racer Brown at 209.6. 209.2. And Guesty seems to have a bit better pace than Racer Brown. Racer Brown could be in trouble. Oh, so Racer Brown goes and puts purple in the first sector. Having said that, so Guesty, Talleyrand pulling away from the Bunster. Bunny 1.3 seconds adrift now on those medium tyres, and I'm really nervous that Bunny thinks they were mandatory when they were not. I'm hoping he's put them on and he's going to be right. And the guys all ahead of him, tyres are going to go off before the end of the race, and he'll be going, see, that's why I put the mediums on. UBD in a fine 6th place there. Looked like this race was done for him earlier on, but he's battled his way up there into 6th place, followed by Skyjacker 3.7 seconds behind. UBD did a 210.2 and a 210.5. Skyjacker doing a 209 2 laps in a row, and now he's getting purples as well. It's the first sector though. It's a long lap. Electric 3.7 seconds ahead of Barry Twins, and I'm not sure Electric's going to have enough fuel to get to the end of this race. Pat in 10th spot. Good fuel. He's just done his fastest lap with a 2:11.098. 16 seconds ahead of the Flying Dutchman. Sorry, Turtle, we haven't seen much of you. Sorry, have I just put you off? Dude, I'm sorry. Car 63 then going for that extra wide line into the first corner so he can get a good run up this straight. Homesick Alien, oh, what a battler. What an absolute battler. 209.9. 208.9. So yeah, Racer Brown getting serious now. Racer Brown starting to turn up the wick on the Alien, going a second faster in that lap, taking it from 4 seconds adrift to 3.4 seconds, and he's pulled away from Guesty at 209.0. So Racer Brown deciding this is the moment in the race to start putting in those quali laps and run back up to the back of the Alien. Talleyrand 4th, he's 16.4 seconds adrift, but he's pulled out 3 seconds on Bunny. Bunny seems pretty safe with that 5th place, with UBD being 23.5 seconds down the roads. And UBD, he's going to be fighting for that 6th soon, because Skyjacker, ooh, had a little knock with the barrier. He's been doing 209s consistently, and this one, yes, 209 again. UBD with the 210s. So Skyjacker, that was a second, no, just over half a second faster for Skyjacker in that last time around. It's under 3 seconds between the monster liveried Scooby and the Rizzler, the pink Rizzler livery. Electric then in 8th. He's definitely being caught up by Barry Twins. Electric having to do a lot of fuel saving with only 5 more minutes left of racing. This is crazy town stuff. Barry Twins on a push to try and catch up. Electric on that. Well, it's not a one stop, was it? It was kind of a long run, quick splash and dash at the end, which we assumed Electric would have to do, but at the moment Electric is making that fuel last. But Barry Twins, the Belgium, I can't think of anything. Let's go with Belgium. He's caught up Electric. See Electric down the straights, really lifting. He can't hardly use his accelerator. He must be on a really low map to try and get that fuel all the way to the end. And Barry Twins claims 8th place in this race, but he hits the barrier, and Electric must be happy to see that, because he's going to close back up on Barry. Barry's going to try and see him off, not off the track, but you know, to defend from Electric. Electric, he can't really get heavy on his accelerator. He's hit the barrier as well, and that gives Barry Twins the opportunity to just pull away a little bit. And Pat might have an opportunity to get Electric before the end of this race, because Electric's fuel is not looking great. So stick with it, Pat. There's still a position on the ball. And Turtle heading round, having a little knock with the barrier. Not into this race at the moment, Turtle. I'm not sure he's enjoyed the Scoobies this season. Homesick Alien, he's pulled it back up to 4 seconds. Racer Brown a 209.7 from him last time around. Homesick Alien a 209.4, and Guesty did a 209.0. So Guesty, come on, Guesty. Just under 4 minutes left of racing here for round 8 of the WRX Challenge Season 4. And we have had an humdinger. It's had very close racing. It's had, the qualifying was unbelievably tight. And we've had very strategical battles. And it's been an absolute joy to behold. And Bunny, I think Bunny may have got mixed up. Well, I don't know, maybe he's gone for mediums on purpose. Talleyrand's tyres are looking absolutely fine though. So I think there might have been a couple of guys have thought medium tyres were mandatory, but they weren't. They were just part of the choice if you wanted to. Homesick Alien, 5 seconds on Racer Brown now, but he's still maintaining that 7 seconds on Guesty. So Homesick Alien must have done an absolute super lap. 209.6. Talleyrand's still got the fastest lap in this race. A 211.2 from Racer Brown. Not of his usual quality, one must say. And a 211.9 from Guesty. So are those tyres going away? Has Bunny not made a mistake? Maybe he does know something, but there's only 2 minutes remaining, just over 2 minutes. Talleyrand doing a 209.7. And Bunny, solid 211. Look at him, totally consistent on those medium tyres. UBD, only a second ahead of Talleyrand. We said Talleyrand could be a threat. He was doing those 209s whilst UBD was doing 210s. UBD still in the 210s. Absolute consistency is king there with Uncle B Darren. And he qualified second, I believe, and he slipped down to about 8th or 9th, possibly virtually last, and he's fought his way back up there. He's running in 6th, but he's got a very fast Skyjacker chasing him down. A 209.2 from Skyjacker last time around. Skyjacker closing that gap every single corner, and UBD, you might find he's got a rear full of Skyjacker soon. That sounded wrong. He's got a rear mirror full of Skyjacker. Skyjacker going for the fastest lap as well. Can he get it? Can he steal it from Talleyrand as they make their way down the hill through the slalom? Heavy on the brakes for the right-hander that just goes up slightly over hill, that can throw the car off a little bit. Full beans over the bridge, heading up towards a rather tricky left-hander, virtually right-angled, with a horrible barrier on the outside for if you slide. And that's exactly what UBD's done there. You can see, snatched the brakes, slid a little bit, and that's given Skyjacker the opportunity to get very close behind him. UBD looked like he was braking for that corner. Skyjacker didn't fancy braking, and now Skyjacker's trying to find a way past UBD. He's just been brake tested, I'm sure, and again. My word, that's not very nice. So Skyjacker giving UBD a flash. It's not exactly what we like. And now, oh no, Skyjacker had gone to make a move on him, and the car's gone unsettled, and he's off the track. Homesick Alien leading by 9 seconds. Racer Brown has lost a hell of a lot of time. Those tyres are falling away possibly, or are they fuel saving? The time has run out. Someone's coming up towards the line as the time runs out. Bunny is the first to finish in 5th place. Skyjacker in 6th. It looks like UBD has pulled over for Skyjacker, as Skyjacker brings it home in 6th spot. So Skyjacker heading towards the line in 6th place. ahead of Uncle B Darren. And there he goes, crossing the line. Good points for 6th. Uncle B Darren in 7th place. Just out of fuel. Oh, 7th place. Barry Twins. Oh, such a shame if he wasn't a little bit closer, but Barry Twins only just squirting that fuel to the end for 8th spot. And it does look like Pat got that 9th from Electric. He's on fumes as well as Electric, but Pat bringing it around there for 9th place. And fuel was tight for some of these guys come the end of the race, so Pat brings it home in 9th. Electric in 10th. Well, barely no fuel on board. Turtle, Homesick Alien, that's right, Turtle coming into the final lap. Fuel's okay for Turtle as he brings her home in 11th spot. And celebrates with his 11th. Homesick Alien, well, it's like you got first twice, Turtle. Homesick Alien, though, what a race this man has put down. That fuel's pretty low. He moves over to take the flag. And what a win for the Alien. Just what he needed in his championship. Racer Brown coming over for 2nd place. And Guesty, oh, that fuel is looking absolutely bad. And Talleyrand's only 1.2 seconds. Is Guesty's podium safe? He makes his way over to the line. The fuel looks absolutely empty. Talleyrand's coming up towards him. Guesty's there. As Guesty's run out of fuel, and Talleyrand, no, Guesty gets it. Guesty, take a boo, my son. He gets that podium ahead of Talleyrand. I thought his fuel had gone. My word. And there you go, Homesick Alien. On the day was on absolute form. Super stuff. Took the race to Racer Brown. Saved enough fuel in that first part of the race to manage to get himself a lot closer in the second stint. Then caught up Racer Brown, overtook him, and then never looked back from there. Racer Brown just able to match the Alien's pace. Alien, what an absolute awesome race between the top two. Guesty, unbelievable stuff from nowhere. Got himself ahead of Skyjacker, Bunny and Talleyrand to find himself on the podium. Nearly lost it with fuel at the end there, but just managed to keep it. What was it? Oh, 2/10. It wasn't too bad then, was it? Virtually 200s. Sorry, 200s. No, 2/10. Oh, don't worry, it was close. So Guesty grabbing that podium, take a boo, and my son Talleyrand. Absolutely stunning race from Talleyrand. But the early part of the race down there in 6th, 7th, he's fought his way through, got the fastest lap of the race, which was a 2:08.828, and he's found himself in 4th. Great points there with his battle with Anton Poyker, and Anton Poyker losing points today. Can't drop these rounds. And Bunny as well, who he's battling in the championship. So Talleyrand a great 4th place. Bunny in 5th. I don't know, the medium tyres, I don't know if he misread the rules. Skyjacker coming home in 6th, which is really good to say. He had a pit stop dilemma with fuel. UBD in 7th. Cracking race, well, you know, solid race from a UBD. I was going to say cracking race, but what we saw at the end there wasn't too hot. Barry Twins in 8th spot. A 1-stop. He tried to go 1-stop, couldn't quite make it last, but did absolutely the best thing possible, coming in there 10 minutes from the end, topping up with fuel, and he solidified his 8th spot ahead of Pat in 9th. Electric coming home in 10th. He was trying that one stop, and he did do 1 stop, but tight on fuel at the end there, and lost a position to Pat. Turtle in 11th, and Rido put it into the pits 10 laps from the end. And I said, Talleyrand got your fastest lap with a 2:08.828. That, my friends, was a phenomenal racing. Again, look forward to next Friday when we go and hit Blue Moon Bay Speedway. I think it's going to be the infield, AB or something. I can't remember what it's called. But yes, it's going to be an absolute corker with these Scoobies going around that embankment. Do not miss it. I don't know what it's going to be, if it's sprints or endurance. I'm guessing sprints. We'll see. We'll see. That's the fun. Show up on the night and find out. And Tuesday, oh no, Sunday, we're on the oval with the Golfs. So please join us Sunday evening for the VW Golf Cup at North Isle Speedway. Then on Tuesday, it's the final rival. I should have thought about that. You could tell I was struggling after singing the first part. But yes, the Rivals goes on to its final race at Suzuka, and we'll find out who is champion after that, Bunny or Racer Brown. And, Bunny has got the numbers. So we'll move on to the Rivals on Tuesday. Thursday, we're back with the Pacific Rim Championship, and that will be taking a place for round 3 at Suzuka. Oh yeah, we've got doubled up on Suzuka this week. Great stuff. If you like Suzuka, like I do, then you're going to love this week. 2 races at Suzuka, and then I said, like, next Friday we'll be back with the WRX Challenge. And I said what it was. And if you can't remember, then you've got about as good a memory as me. Hang on. I don't want to look. I want to try and guess what it was. Blue Moon Bay Speedway. I didn't look. I guessed. I remembered, not guessed. I remembered. Anyway, babbled along quite nicely in this hour. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Skyjacker with the exclamation marks. Barry Twins has retracted a message, but he must have been a spelling mistake because he's put another one. Trying for a one-stopper, but didn't stick. But again, a very good race from everyone at VRC. And again, a professional commentary of the world-famous thingy. Ooh, look at that, Barry. Barry. Flattery will get you everywhere. And that's a message from my favourite driver of the Virtual Racers Club, Barry Twins. He's awesome. Can you hear that? That's my plate. That's my plate of my dinner that I didn't eat because there was too much racing. I thought, that's all right, 60 minutes. There'll be a lot of mutes while I eat. And there was something happening all the time, so I didn't get to munch out. And Turtle says, see you tomorrow, thingy. Yes, for those of you who are in the know, I will be doing a marathon commentary tomorrow as part of the 24-hour commentary team for the Akipax guys doing their charity event for Race for Dementia, and I'm sure there'll be links we've got a team, so there'll be links in our Discord to that YouTube channel. You please join us. I'll be on 3 stints I'm doing 9 hours of commentary in 24 hours. I'm going to be commentating at 10 in the morning on Saturday for 3 hours, commentating at 7 in the evening on Saturday for 3 hours, and then commentating at 4 in the morning at Sunday for 3 hours. So you know what that shift's going to be like. There's going to be no one listening, but I'll still put the same amount of energy into a 4 a.m. 3-hour commentary stint that I would do any other. And then we've got Sunday night for the race for the golf. So lots of commentary this weekend. Let's hope the voice stands up to it and I don't miss any meals. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club for round 8 of the WRX Challenge. We have absolutely been blessed with you guys and these guys who raced. It's been absolutely stunning stuff. I've loved it. And I hope you guys loved it too. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Haywood Jablomi. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on... Well, if you see me on the other channel, it'll be Saturday morning. If you don't, I'll see you on Sunday night. Bless you all, or even Tuesday night if you don't want to watch golf. Don't worry, I'll see you sometime soon, hopefully. God bless you all. I'm not religious, but it's a nice thing to say. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, yes, Haywood Jablomi was who I was, and this was the Virtual Racers Club, and peace and love. Peace and love, everybody.